Okay, today we're going to be replacing the external driver's side door handle on a 2008 Ford Ranger pickup. Now it won't open from the outside, so I've already got the door open. Normally it's supposed to have rivets up under here, but I've already replaced it once, so I've got bolts. Okay. You're going to want to close the lock, make sure your window's up so you can get to the internal hardware. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to get your door loose here. There's one here and one in the handle. You'll need something flat to get your handle apart, and then there is an Allen wrench star head in there to get that off. So you'll need one of these and a Phillips, maybe a flat head, and I have bolts on the inside, so to tighten them you're going to need some sort of wrench or pliers. Ideally rivets would be used, but I didn't want to mess with them, and this is the third time I'm replacing the door handle, so I probably should have put rivets on. Okay, just a second and I'll get that set up. Okay, you need to take out your Phillips in your door handle. Put that somewhere you're not going to lose it. And then the one in the bottom of the door. Okay. Now you're going to need to pop this cover off here. Okay, and that'll flip to the side like that. And I believe that you're going to need the T27. I'm not sure if I remember correctly here. Maybe the smaller. Actually, I think it might be the smaller one. It might be a T25. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a T25. Get that off of there. Make sure you don't lose your little ring there that goes around that. Okay, if your door locks down, it'll make it easier to pop this loose. The other one will pull up. And out to take that assembly off. Lay that to the side. Like I said, I've already been inside this door, so this has all been pulled loose. Pull that to the side out of your way. Okay. Now, you can see here where we need to get to is right here. Like I said, that started out with rivets, and I had to take a drill and drill them out. And what is broke on it this time is this inside handle here. Normally it's the outside one that breaks on these. So you'll have to take this loose or drill your rivets out to get that door assembly off, and I'll get that set up. Okay, got the nuts there off of that. You should be able to go through and remove those bolts, or if you've had to drill the rivets out, the rivets. One. Maybe a little bit more stubborn because I used a hex head, because I have lost one of these already. Alrighty. Now, since it's broke already on the inside, you should be able to just pull it up and out. Let's see. Let me make sure I got everything disconnected here. Normally you would have to disconnect that arm here, but it is broken loose already. Okay, lift it up and push out. So lift it up and push out. Just work it loose. And you can see here, this is what's broken off this time. Normally it breaks out here on these plastic ones on the outside, so you can't even lift the handle. And I ordered metal handles this time. Hopefully, I don't know though, it still looks like the inner stuff is plastic. I'm hoping they'll last a little longer this time. If not, I'll just go back to the stock handles. Alright, let me get these open and get set this. Okay, I got that out of the packaging. And ideally, you probably should clean everything off before you put this back in, but we're gonna put this in. Raise it up to get those little tabs in there. I need to get those on the inside of the door to help hold the handle in place. Okay. We'll make sure those are on the inside. There's one. There we go. Okay, now you go ahead and get your bolts back in. It might be easier to get the hook in before you do the bolts, just because of some of the angles you're going to have to get in, because that hook has got to get back up in that arm. And I will get that set up. Okay, it looks like it's going to be easier to take that arm loose. You have to be careful because this little plastic piece will break pretty easy. I've had to replace it already once. But then you can just work it into the door handle and then plug it back in where it goes over here on your sidewall here. Right over in there. Okay, and I will get that. Okay. If you can see in there, I've got it in there, and it'll go up in that little spot there, right there. I'll have to fasten that in. Okay, we've got everything hand tightened. I don't want to get it tightened down until we make sure it's going to work. Just unlock the door. And close it. And see if it works. Ah, there we go. I now have a working door handle. Okay. Now, after dealing with the bolts for several times now, it would probably be better to go in with the rivets just because the bolts will loosen up and it will cause the door handle to become loose, and the stress on the door handle will cause it to break. This is the third time I've replaced it. So I'm thinking I may go back and get a rivet gun. They're not super expensive. I think Walmart's got them for around $6 plus a package of the rivets for $6. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll come back in here and replace those bolts. But I'm happy. I got a working door handle. Replaced the tailgate a while back and hadn't had to replace it since. I've never had to replace the passenger door handles. I guess the driver door handle just gets all the stress on it. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, so we got I forgot the reassembly here. Your liner back into place. Make sure your lock's back down just to make getting the door handle on easier. Your door will have to go back into these spots here. Get them all lined up. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. Okay, just a second on that. Okay. Let's get this door back in place. Bottom is in. Get it lined up. Put the lock back in there. Okay. Get these up here. Back in. And you'll feel them once you get them in this place. Hopefully. That's the easiest part of it. It's not impossible. Okay, get that all lined back up. Okay, there. And you'll feel it sit into place. Okay. Pop the door lock back loose. Back in with your screws, Phillips screwdriver. Back into place. And like I said, it's probably worth it to go back in with the rivets just because the bolts will loosen and it'll cause stress on the handle and it's going to break more often. I should have done it right the first time, and I should have went and got the rivets before I did it this time, but yeah, you know. Stuff happens. And I was wanting a working door handle, so I figured I'd just get it done and go back in and fix it later. It's not that hard. Make sure your screws are tight so you don't lose them. Okay. This is another one that can be a pain. Getting that window deal back on. Especially if you do like me and keep losing the ring. Okay, get your ring on. Get your hook in there. Get that locked into place. hardest thing on this is getting the star wrench to line back up in there. And make sure you get that good and tight so when you go to roll your window down it don't pop off, because yeah, I've done that. That's a good indicator that it's tight. Okay, pop your handle back on. There you go. And like I said, door handle. Awesome. Husband will be happy. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day.